Well, 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 look who came crawling back. I'm Northernlion. We're gonna play a little bit of 1001 Spikes. We're on Leap of Faith, is that correct? We already beat the smelting pool. I'm refreshing my memory because I have another save that I'm doing here. There are some seriously fucking heinous levels here. Mind you, Leap of Faith is actually not so bad, he says as he immediately gets trounced. Okay, I think we just do a quick jump there. And now I remember why this is terrible. So people who are like, where's my daily 1001 Spikes? I appreciate... Oh, God. Let's get this triggered, and then we'll do this. I appreciate that you like the series. No question about it. You know, thanks a ton for the support that we've seen so far. To temper your expectations a little bit, this is probably going to be not necessarily a daily series, but a near-daily series, just because it's fucking hard. Like, it's a really, really goddamn difficult video game, and, you know, to get to the point where I can actually beat a few levels in the course of an episode actually takes me, like, an hour or so, maybe even more, of off-camera play. So it can be quite difficult to actually put these episodes together, just from the standpoint of actually, you know, getting the skill necessary to beat the levels. Now, this level that we're doing right here is actually one of the easiest ones. Allow me to take a second here, just turn the volume down a little bit. Yeah, this level is not so bad. The levels that come after it are fucking heinous. Now, I have beaten a couple of them, so prepare yourselves for that. And I've beaten this one, as you can probably tell, based on the fact that it's going relatively well for me so far. But the level that comes after this is called Dangerous Exit, and it's the first level in my off-camera play, ooh, I forgot about that, that I actually used a level skip for. You do get level skips that you can use periodically throughout the game. I try not to use them whenever possible, because obviously that's, you know, it seems a little bit like cheating, doesn't it? But, not cheating, but it's, you know, you're kind of wussing out a little bit, so there's no shame in that necessarily. This is the level, by the way, that I was speaking of. But I want to beat it on camera here. I don't take that out of context. I want to beat it on camera is not what I want printed, you know, as my epitaph. Let's see if we can get this key. I have faith in us. The key is the easy part. Getting back can be a little bit tricky. Oh, yeah, okay. Timing plays a major role on this level. Now, I know there is a button down there. We don't need to hit that button. That button, I'm not sure if it's like a false positive or something. Like, I don't think that's necessarily meant to be thrown in there as a trap. I think it's just an alternate kind of area for you to go if you would like to go to it. And not execute that jump at the start. But I find the jump at the start relatively easy. People were not lying when they said that 1001 Spikes gets stupid fucking hard real darn quickly. And of course, we've got to watch out for those darts. Okay, this is the part where it's tricky. I'm going to spoil it for you. Things get crazy down here. As soon as we fall down, it might look like we just go to that door, right? No, there's spikes. So we have to trigger the spikes on the right block and the middle block, jump over, land on the platform that will start shooting fire, then move to the left block. Spikes will come up, we'll move to the middle block. Hopefully the spikes will have retracted by then, and we'll be able to go. Let's try this. You go boop, boop. No, I totally botched that. I accidentally completely ignored my own advice and then just walked on top of the left spike. Even this jump is a little bit tricky. What you're seeing is, you know, somewhere along the lines of my 110th, 115th attempt on this level, and I've still never beaten it. So, we're hopefully gonna get an industry first on camera here. And I know with confidence I can beat the level that... That was so stupid of me. I know with confidence I can beat the level that comes after this as well. But I don't know if we're going to be able to progress that much further over the course of this episode. But we are coming close to the end of Ukampa, you know, the first kind of campaign in the game. I fucked it up. Unless that one stopped shooting fire, which I think it may after a brief period. Otherwise, I may have already screwed myself. There's a walkthrough on YouTube of this game, and I have looked at it because I'm a scum, but sincerely... You know, whoop, yep, probably should have done the high jump there. Sincerely, I've found myself in some spots where I'm like, without a walkthrough, I just couldn't do this. Now, apparently there's also a skull over here, but I'll finish this story in a second. I thought there was a skull over here. I'll show you how you can do this with a button, by the way. You just go like that, and then you basically just repeat the exact same process. So I prefer doing the jump. It seems a little faster. But maybe this will make our timing a little bit more synchronous, you know? That was a tricky jump there, but that's okay. But anyway, in the walkthrough, on this level... The dude just walks through the exit. Like, the spikes come down, and he's like, yeah, whatever, I don't give a shit about your spikes. We're gonna have to wait for this to come back. And I don't know if that's even possible in this version of the game, like the new version of the game that has come out. I've tried it about 10, 15 times myself and never gotten it to work. I know that this method works. I've seen people do it. So hopefully, there we go. Hopefully we'll be able to actually beat this level, put this ghost to rest, and continue onwards. Because, you know, I don't relish being so bad. Now we can actually, we can wait for this to come back, and then just jump over it like that. Okay, we got another try here. So you go, booty, booty, hoop, hoop. Hey, we did it! Alright. Life is good. That even didn't take very long. I was concerned that that was going to take us upwards of a half hour. Now, this level is, you know, I'm going to die a lot more on this level than on the last level, but I figured this one out for myself. It is kind of a nightmare, though. I should point out, by the way, oh, 1 second here. Oompa loompa. Don't knock it, it works, okay? Oh, that's stupid. I'm dealing with a little bit of, like, an Xbox 360 controller issue, I think, like almost a driver problem, where, I'll show you. This is what happens when I press right on the D-pad and X. Shoot and dagger to the right. Makes sense, right? This is what happens when I hold left and X. Shoot a dagger to the left. Makes sense, right? This is what happens when I face the left and press X. I shoot a dagger to the right. Now, I don't think that's working as intended. I may be mistaken, but it feels like this was not the way that the game used to work. Maybe there's been a weird driver issue for me. Maybe my D-pad is, like, perpetually pressed down just a little bit here. God, I hate these fucking turrets. I probably could have made that one. But yeah, it just makes the game a little trickier, but in a way, you know, it helps us get some more adversity to triumph over, let's say. And every time I have an excuse, now I can blame it on my controller, causing me to shoot daggers in the wrong direction. Believe it or not, this is actually the easy part of this level. I'm actually just kind of playing badly. This part is easier than it looks. It's also, you know, still real fucking hard, but it looks borderline impossible. And we jump here. Now, these spikes. We're very lucky. These are actually the best obstacle we can find, because we can just hit them in the opposite direction. Jump over the scorpion. Kill the dungeon lobster, as Jonathan Blow is apt to call them. And we jump over this, send you back, and now we go over here. Now, this is the hard part. So, you might be saying, look at all those free blocks that you can go on to. Wouldn't that be lovely? Why don't you just walk over to those? Well, it's a trap, admiralakbar.jpg. Only a few of these blocks don't spawn spikes themselves when you step on them. So we're going to go to that block that looks safe on the nearly far right side. Now, we've done the easy part of the hard part. Now, we've got to execute some very, very difficult jumps in order to survive. Now, there's, like, the spikes don't stay up very long, but you've got to time your jump basically perfectly, because, you know, your single jump doesn't stay up very long either. Oh, that was terrible. I do believe that we can do this, though. I have faith in us. I played for like an hour off camera just to start this episode, which again is why there's not going to be necessarily a 1001 Spikes episode every day. But I do want to finish the game, because this gives me the impetus, you know, the fact that I'm doing a series on it makes me want to play more of it. Also, I really want to hit that level of, like, you know, Super Meat Boy-ness. And I'm not saying I'm one of the best players in the world at Super Meat Boy, because I'm not at all. You know, look at the stuff that Nick, aka Rockley Smile, is doing, and you'll see that I'm just a, you know, a total poser, basically. But I can very, very easily beat Super Meat Boy in, like, under an hour now. That is something that would have been completely incomprehensible to me when I first started playing the game. I want to reach that level in 1001 Spikes. No, that was bad as well. What an apt time for that to happen, but... Well, because wouldn't that be cool to, like, just be like, you know, I'm gonna beat 1001 Spikes in about 45 minutes right now. I think that would be cool. Just boot it up the same way you might boot up Spelunky and play, like, the daily challenge or something like that, and then just beat the whole game in one day. I like that feeling. You don't get that in a lot of games these days, but there's retro games that, you know, DuckTales, for example, which we played on the NLSS, you can beat it in, like, an hour if you know what you're doing, but it's exceptionally difficult to get to the point where you can beat it at all. But then once you get there, you know, it's just about repeating those patterns over and over, basically. Okay. Speaking of repeating patterns, there we go. There we go. There we go. No, okay. This is fine. This is fine. I've gotten to this part before, and I nailed it. I did fine. This thing doesn't create spikes. Okay, so we just run, and we're safe. And then we just gotta wait for those spikes to come out. They come out very frequently. We're fine. Okay. Now we just gotta get the key. And I believe this platform falls down. And then we just run across. And we jump. And we're good. Okay. I really did not expect this to go as well as it's gone. but it has, and that's good. Now we're on a level that I have played, but I have not beaten, so this is kind of sight unseen again. This first part of the level strikes me as pretty darn easy. You just come up through here. There are spikes, so you gotta watch out for those, but apart from that, it's pretty simple, just, you know, jumping and shooting. Okay, well, watch out for that. I have no idea how you're supposed to get that skull. Is there anything down here for me? No, I don't know why you would ever use that. Maybe you can come back up with it somehow? I don't know, though. This platforming part is pretty simple, though, as you can probably see for yourself. And we just sneak through there and throw one of those bad boys and go over top. Alright. Now, this is the part... Disregard that. I'm gonna try something here. Just jump over. We should probably use high jumps for that, considering it's worked every single time so far. Do this. There's gotta be a way to access that skull. I guess you go through the other side. You don't throw daggers at it from this side. That makes sense. Alright. Stop overthinking it. I know the pattern to at least get started. Whoop, on this level. Like, this part right here does not require any special skills. It's this part right here. So, this platform that we have, it does do some rotating here. So it's gonna come up, and then we're gonna step on it. I don't know where the door is on this level. Oh, it's up at the top, so you gotta ride it back up. Okay, so we're gonna get on this. And then... it's just a matter of not getting killed. Oh, I got the skull! Okay, that's a 1-up. Now, how the fuck do we get out of this situation? We gotta get that key. So, like, this platform just continuously like, going through this same cycle, which scares the shit out of me. Because sometimes it puts you in a position where basically you're just going to get hit. I'm glad we got that 1-up, though. Sort of. Are there ever darts that shoot from that tiki head above us? Whoa. Don't do that. It seems like there are. So I think we don't want to jump on it just yet. I know this looks like it might be a good time for it. I don't think it is, though. I think we wait till it comes up and it does like that thing. And then we come back here. Oh, what the hell? I got crushed by the damn... Oh. The good news is, because this... Bad jump, I'll admit. Because this level, seems to take a long time, at least the way I'm trying to beat it here, yeah, it was bad. My guess is that, it's probably not super difficult. I am actually really disappointed with my inability to handle this right now. Now you just press Y. That's all you gotta do. You press the Ys here, and then you just walk onto that one easy as heck, especially after the other levels. You know, you get like this kind of weird, it's not really a fallacy or a paradox or anything like that, but, you know, you spend more time playing the difficult levels in the game, or the more difficult sections in the game, and that naturally makes you better at the more difficult sections in the game. So when you play the easier sections in the game, you maybe have a tendency to be a little bit less practiced, you give them a little bit less attention, and all of a sudden, you know, you're dying over and over on the easy parts, and you're like, what the fuck's wrong? I don't get it. So we just run through here, might as well get the skull. And then, what do we do? Consistently stop spikes. Oh, there's another one. Okay, that's good. At least we got the 1-up. We're not losing lives. Not that, you know, with 950, I'm super concerned about our chances, but I did die something along the lines of 100 times on that level dangerous exit that I beat on like my second try here, thankfully. So we gotta pay attention to the directions that all of these things are coming from. Basically, we should just constantly be shooting darts. We just gotta know exactly what direction to shoot the darts in, because it's fucking annoying. Please recall that I have that weird Xbox 360, what seems to me to be a controller type error thing. So it's not necessarily as simple as it might look on first blush. So we come down here. Then I'd say we just... Oh, the big frustration with this level... I mean, let's be honest, I'm not an expert on this level yet, so I should probably avoid judging it too much. But this is one of the levels in the game thus far that I really dislike. And I think it's just because on most other levels, when you die, you know, you're right back into it in a matter of seconds. Whereas on this one, you have to wait like 15 seconds just for this thing to come back around every single time. Gives me plenty of time to take a sip of my coffee, though. That is the perfect temperature for me to die. Now, come on. And then we do a little bit of that. So I guess the way to make this level take the shortest amount of time possible would just be to beat it right away. I'm tired of you guys taking beat it out of context. This isn't what Michael Jackson died for. Keep it up. Okay. Oh, what? Okay, you know what happened there? Because I was hitting the button, caused me to slowly move forward. Well, that was dumb of me. Which caused me to fall off the platform. So I can't just consistently shoot darts. Occasionally, I gotta check my direction before I wreck my direction. Okay. So, we jump. Easy. We jump. We jump. We jump. And the jumps have been more or less completed for now. Okay, and then we've got to get back up. And, you know, that's going to be an interesting problem in and of itself. But just, there's a few obstacles or, like, a few checkpoints in every single level of 100 or 1001 spikes. If there's 101 spikes, we'd probably be done by now. Plus, what is that? That's only, like, 33 spike platforms. That's not very many at all. The first is, like, getting through, like, the first obstacles. The second is getting the key, and the third is getting to the exit. And once you actually manage to, you know, cross those thresholds, life becomes good again. Life becomes a thing, you know, for living instead of dreading. So, we're checking ourselves lest we wreck ourselves. What the? Oh, okay, so we gotta, there we go. We're learning the pattern. You gotta learn the pattern every time. You know, nobody passes through the fire and the flames on the first try. Don't lie about it. Nobody's gonna suck your dick just because you beat through the fire and the flames on the first time. Better to be honest. Now, I wish some of these spikes were like fakes or something that I could just fall through and avoid this kind of latent waiting period. That's alright, we can have a conversation though. A little one-sided, but that's alright. You guys pick up 1001 spikes? Yeah, it's pretty darn good, okay? I've seen a lot of people, a lot of discourse on this game. Admittedly, I'm not familiar with the Xbox Live Indie Games version. But people were like, well, I played this on Xbox Live Indie Games years ago. Do I need to pick this one up? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. Maybe you should ask, like, I don't know, Uber Haxor Nova about that or something. But for someone who's never played this before, I think, you know, $10 if you own another Nicholas game on Steam is an absolutely great price or acceptable price for a game that has given me, you know, 3 to 4 hours of absolutely beguiling head scratching thus far. By the way, those Nicholas products would be Cave Story. I think it's Cave Story Plus. There's so many releases of it these days that I've forgotten which one specifically, but it's the one that came in the Humble Bundle, so many people own it if you didn't already buy it on Steam. And Night Sky HD, which I think also has been included in several, or at least one Humble Indie bundle. So if you have that, then it's $10, which seems like a really good value proposition. This is like definitely a contender for my game of the month for June so far. I know you're gonna say June 2011. You're a hilarious person that I just made up in my head right now. Well, okay. We almost made that. All was almost not lost, but then was of course eventually lost in the end. Try to think of what else. I mean, it's only the 7th of June for me, so it's gonna be like the 8th of June for you guys. Mario Kart 8 didn't come out this... Mario Kart 8 came out at the end of May, like May 30th. So don't try to say Mario Kart 8 is my game of June. Okay? It's still very early. I'm just throwing it out there. Obviously, you know, another front runner is EA UFC, where I'm going to create Fred Durst and have him break faces on his way to, you know, winning the Mixed Martial Arts Championship. Am I being sarcastic? Wouldn't you like to know? Now, I really want to get some confidence up here, so let's hopefully make some progress. You go down and around, and then you do a little bit of this whole up thing, and as you land up, I can jump onto you. And then we get the skull. I don't really care about the one-up, it's just nice to have like a bit of a waiting period. Plus, you know, getting skulls unlocks more characters. I'm gonna try something a little different there. Okay, that was a dumb idea. Let's never fuck with this first formula again. You're gonna do it. Look! You fucking... Do you guys ever have those Swiss cheese crackers when you were kids? This is what this reminds me of. I mean, you can have them now if you want to. I'm not gonna judge you. My cracker consumption has gone way down as I've entered adult life, though, I'll admit. Replaced it with, you know, alcohol, basically. Which is probably not necessarily better, but it feels better. In any case, you know, I think they were like a Nabisco product, maybe a Kraft product. They made like a weird cheesy paste in your mouth when you ate them. It's unusual, but it was a pretty delicious cheesy paste. I mean, as far as crackers go, they were no cheese nips. They weren't quite, you know, top tier like bacon dippers or something like that, but they were pretty good. Now, oh, if you, this isn't a rage through. It's not a rage through. I hate to say the word rage through because it makes me feel like I'm, you know, of the age where I should be buying Nabisco Swiss cheese crackers, who are generous sponsors of today's video. They sent me 9 boxes of vegetable thins. What am I gonna do with fucking vegetable thins? They're not wheat thins. Do I look like a rabbit? In any case. And I was gonna say, like, oh, the game's so unfair. Well, yeah, that's kind of the point, right? I was like, if they just remove one block, then the jump would be so much easier. But that's not in the spirit of the game. So, you know, the game challenges you to be better, not it to be easier. So we do this jump. Okay, we made it. Now, you know the rules. We do this, then a couple of these. A couple of those bad boys right there. And then we do the same thing down here. But then we gotta throw one up here. I remember that specifically, really? Okay, maybe we wait a little bit longer. Or we could just jump over that one, too. That might be easier. And of course, you know, I fall into this trap in 1001 Spikes where I beat a level and I'm like, phew, glad that's over with, as if, like, the next thing is not gonna be more difficult, you know? It's like cleaning a big turd out of my cat's litter boxes, which I do on the regular. I have no idea how they produce the amount of fecal waste that they do, but, you know, you get down on your hands and knees, you're scooping it out, putting it in the trash, it's really smelly. It's not a glamorous job, and then when you finish it, you're like, oh, that's done. Then you just gotta do it again in 2 days. That's what you buy yourself 2 days of not scooping cat shit, or, you know, 24 hours sometimes, if depending on the fecal load of the cats in question. It's nihilism, man. Oh, I really think that that's a controller issue that is causing me to move forward every time I throw, but maybe that's actually working as intended. I still think that I should not be firing to the right by default, but anyway, it's such a minor thing, but it does give me a scapegoat for better or for worse. Now, I'm gonna say we give this level 3 more tries over the course of this video, and then I'll do what I always do and perfect it offline a little bit, maybe first, and then come back, beat 2 levels, and then, you know, die on the 3rd level the next time. Slowly but surely, we're making our way through the ruins of Ukampa here. Like 10% of the Ukampan ruins per video, which is really disheartening, because Oompa loompa doompity scum. Dying to spikes makes me feel real dumb. Oompa loompa doopity. Yikes. Dying again in 1001 spikes. What do you get when you lose your focus? You feel like a dead dingus. Running out of inspiration. How will I eke a bit of fun out of this masochism? Anyway, that gave me something to do while I was waiting for this platform to return at the very least. I'm telling you, man, I'm bringing the Oompa Loompas. Okay, I want you to go back and watch that part in slow motion, and you will see that I fired to the left, let my hand leave the D-pad, and then it's like, okay, so you want to fire to the right from now on, right? But at this point, it's too late to go back and switch to playing with the... At this point, it's too late to go back and switch to playing to the keyboard controls. There's no chance that I'll ever, you know, reach the same level of fidelity. You know, it's like moving to the keyboard and mouse in Dark Souls after you've played with the controller for a year or 2 years. Can't be done, probably. Maybe we could just pick the lock or something instead. I'll happily do like a, you know, tile switching minigame. Ooh, okay, that was really stupid of me. I was hitting the X button to waste time, and it walked me gradually over to the spikes that the game is named after. Barely made this jump here. Okay, let's focus. This is going to be the last try over this video, because I can feel, you know, my focus being removed from my body. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee. Maybe that'll give me this Popeye spinach-like energy boost I need. It's pretty tasty, I will say that. Now, you go down right, you come up. I specifically remember this part. And then I jump on you. And then I get the key. That's the next thing that's going to happen. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I don't know why this part's been such like... You know, I got to give that one more try, because that was my own dialogue that caused that. I think for this one, once we get past this part, I'm going to be silent. Which is exactly why you're watching my videos on YouTube, is to hear me shut up. But, once we get on this platform, I'm going to be perfectly silent. Not even going to do an Oompa Loompa song, as much as it pains me. We're going to be completely quiet, and we're just going to let the... We're going to let the muscle memory in my hands get 100% of my cerebral energy to give us, you know, a send-off here. Don't shrug, motherfucker. We're waiting. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, silencio. You believed for a second, didn't you? I could feel it in the air. Again, what happened that time? I fell off the edge because I was throwing darts. Alright, well, I'm gonna do one more time because this game is addictive and I like it, even though it makes me hate myself sometimes. So we have a hoop, and a little bit of hoop there, and then a little dipsy dangle. Pretty easy, just deke him out here, do the old Charlie Conway. Come up here, give him a Peruvian orchard, and now we wait here. Do a little bit of the Havana Toilet, if you know what I mean. Now we wait for the platform. Seriously. Can we get like a remix, not a remix, but like a parody of, what is that lady's name? You know, there's Michelle Branch, and then there's Vanessa, I want to say Vanessa Branch, but like, clearly that's not right, is it? Wait. Vanessa Carlton, that's it. I have one more strategy I think might work here. I want 1,000 miles, but change the lyrics to be like 1,000 spikes. You know, it can work. If you want, you know, if you're someone with musical talent, contact me. I'll help work out the lyrics with you. I'm not going to sing it, though, because, I mean, you've heard me sing. It's just a disaster waiting to happen, isn't it? See, when I fire spikes left, I don't move very much, except when there's like a discrete period when I'm not firing. When I fire to the right, I'm constantly moving forward a little bit. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. You know, it's a testament to the quality of the game design that a little tweak like that seems to make such a huge difference. Now, I'm just gonna wait here for, like, a long fucking time. Probably could have even waited a little longer. Oh, God! I'm alive! Ah! I probably should have ducked under that. Okay, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Fuck. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your incredible support in the series so far. Click the like button if you enjoyed the episodes. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more 1001 Spikes, and I'll see you next time with another episode. Hopefully we'll get past this gauntlet here.